Caden Salter and Colorado take care of business against Wyoming, Folsom Field. We get to see Ralphie, the 7th, run out of the tunnel and run out there. And, man, hauling ass, to say the least. I think Colorado Buffaloes faithful, those of alumni and such, are probably proud of that. Matt, I'm sure you enjoyed that. But let's go ahead and get your biggest takeaways from Colorado versus Wyoming, Matt. Go ahead.
It's good to win. First of all, I mean, it's good to win. The numbers offensively were outstanding. 190 yards rushing, and Salter actually running the football, which was nice to see. 304 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. I'll take that. He looked pretty pissed off. Yeah. It makes me wonder back, like, when wasn't he the best option? And that makes me question that in the meeting room a little bit, but I wasn't in the meeting room, so they did what they did, and it might have lit a fire under his ass to the point where he's going to give us this all year, then we have a chance to win every game we play. So, if we get quarterback play like this, we're going to be in every game. So, BYU is not some world beater this year. They lost to Stanford, for God's sakes. So there's plenty of opportunity here if Colorado can figure out how to bottle this up. I think Wyoming is a really good defensive football team that we butchered, to say the least. Well, we played better against them than Utah did, and we played better on Saturday than Utah did. God, they looked bad. Texas Tech looked good, but Utah looked really bad. Mm-hmm. So, look, the ebb and flow of college football has, we hit on Saturday. We're 2-2. We're 0-1 in conference. Saturday night's game at 8:15 again. Holy God in heaven, bro. That is so late.
Late.
I'm sorry, but it's late as fuck. Like, it's terrible. It sucks. It's awful. Mm-hmm. But that's what time we're playing. So I guess we might as well play that time. As a fan, I can bench. As a player, you just gotta do with it. I think that the Buffs have put themselves in a very good position if they can go beat BYU. If you go beat BYU, I just hope we can get to a bowl game. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, if we don't beat BYU and we're 0-2 in conference, and then we've got Iowa State, TCU, by Utah, fuck. That's daunting. So, yeah, this is a must-win. If we've ever had a must-win, this is it. Mm-hmm. And you've got to find something inside of you to go motivate you for this week, whatever last week's motivation was, which I'm sure was, I heard Prime say at the press conference, is this the reason this happened? If Salter is the reason this happened? And he said, no, everybody just needs to do their darn jobs. Well, I'm pretty sure I echoed that last week about 100 times. Just do your goddamn job and everything will work out. Well, they did, and everything worked out. I'm concerned about the injuries. We got a lot of guys getting hurt, especially Jordan Seaton. We can't have him hurt. I think that he will be fine. He'll be back on Saturday night. The other guys we'll see. But I was impressed with everything. I thought the defense is a little leaky. Like, the defense has got some issues, and
that was my next question for you.
Like, the defensive line especially has some issues. Like, there's just something about this defense where they can play 3 or 4 plays in a row where they look pretty good, and then bam, we're getting hit for 30. Like, we are giving up a lot of explosive plays in the D, and in the secondary, the linebacker core misses a lot of tackles. Like, that group is hurting. Let me ask, where did Hill Green go?
Alabama.
Is he, like, balling out for them? Is he one of their starters?
He rotates in their inside backer core from what I'm seeing. From what I understood, he was like going into the season. I saw him rotating out there in Florida State and Alabama game. So I think he's in the rotating core, but I don't think he's actually a true starter. So,
I mean, that guy stays here and plays and builds on last year. He's a draft pick.
Yeah.
That's a bad fucking decision right there, especially with the fact that we have nobody behind him. So, it kind of is what it is there. You got to just deal with what you got. So I'd like to think that they're going to get better, but how much can you in a week? A lot of it is going to be personnel and how they play. I thought we had the 3 technique figured out after the first 3 or 4 plays. McNeil went in there and started 88, started at 3 technique. Mm-hmm. The first play of the game, he took on a double team, shed the double team, and had a TFL. Yep. And then he had a pressure, and I'm pretty sure he had a sack, and then I didn't see him do anything the rest of the entire game. So I'm yearning for that position to be filled by a guy who can play it at a high level. And I know Coach Becko and Coach Sapp is too. But overall, I tip my cap. Great win. It puts us on a collision course with BYU here to even up conference at 1-1 with a very good and hated Iowa State team coming in. Again, I understand that the modern prime sexual fan, and we've got the prime sexual shirts done. I just need to know how you guys want them to look. Should it just say prime sexual across the front? I need some feedback on that because they will be up. Your feedback on the website here. They'll be up on the website here by the end of the week, and you guys can buy them and wear them, and we're rolling. I'm definitely going to put my logo on it, so just deal with it. I guess to the prime sexuals, Iowa State, Colorado is not going to be a big game, but to anybody that lived in the Big 12 North or the Big 8, this is a conference game, and it has been for 100 years. So, they're pretty good, and I think that's a huge opportunity at home to slay a giant. You go out, but you can't do it until you take care of BYU, and you beat BYU and Iowa State, and we're on this trajectory. And Houston was just a hiccup, and then after you get done with fucking Iowa State at home, assuming you win that game, you get to go back to the scene of the crime where Coach Prime unveiled, the gold numbers, and Colorado became, Deion Sanders University that day, which was honestly one of the coolest football games I've ever seen in my entire life. I put $1,000 on the Buffs that day. They were plus 700.
I remember that.
They won 45-42. I was freaking the fuck out. It was awesome. I was watching with Tufts and Wilder and all my boys, and it was incredible. So I think that there's a lot of potential here for them to build on, but there's a lot of shit to fix, bro. There's a ton of shit to fix. So, if thinking back on it, if we traded Otiste for Hill Green, we got screwed in that trade.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm chuckling, but yeah, fuck, you're right. Takeaways from this game offensively, it seemed Caden Salter really found his confidence, and it seemed that Colorado offensively seemed to really, really flow with him as the starting quarterback, and I hope that they ride with him throughout the rest of the season because I think he's their best guy by far and has been. Now, Matt, defensively, I was concerned with the runs they were giving up. The Wyoming running back ran for 6.5 yards a carry. That was what stood out to me the whole night. And against BYU, they got a back who can really, really tote the rock here. And so Colorado, I think defensively has got to patch that up. I don't know if Lightfoot, the Fresno transfer D tackle, is coming back this week at all, but fuck, they could really use him in the run game. But those are my biggest takeaways from the game. Matt, what are your thoughts?
Well, there's a lot of hurt guys, that's for sure. They got to figure that out. But yeah, Salter looked great. I don't see how he's not the quarterback moving forward. Unless injury happens, but again, they're doing a great job protecting the passer. Great job, the top in college football. If they could figure out how to, just stay consistent with this run game that they found, which starts with the quarterback.
It does, yeah.
I don't need a bunch of power and counter runs that we're going to run with just running backs. I want to run power and counter with the goddamn quarterback, 11 on 11.
Oh yeah,
exactly. That should prove that it can happen, and it can happen at a high level, and that's that. It's kind of like you can't sit there and be like, oh well, this is just a one-off because it's Wyoming. I keep hearing that, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, when is it going to stop? Every time they win a game, it's because of the opponent. So the BYU game is needed, and they play TCU after that. And then Iowa State. Those 3 games. You're playing 2 of the 3 are going to be ranked. So, you need to go get a ranked win and move forward. And, it starts with BYU Saturday night.
Yeah, it does, man. It really does. And I don't know. I think defensively it's going to be the big question. I think offensively, the more rhythm, the more confident they get. I mean, Salter look pretty good. Sincere Brown and O'Mary Miller, are two, dynamic players on the outside. Draylon Miller, I think, is really – he's just got to, patch up the mistakes and get in a rhythm, because I also think he's a great, great player they can use too. But, man, those two on the outside, man – if Salter keep getting them the ball, I think they can really, really have a good season here. Maybe some surprise some people in the Big 12, Matt. Who knows? Let me ask you. You were there. How was the atmosphere? You got to see Ralphie the 7th, Matt. What was your reaction?
Well, the atmosphere was awesome. This little bastard wants to run. That's for sure. It came flying out of the chute. So
yeah, I was like, whoa,
yeah, bro. No more DEI Buffalo. I'm with it. And this one grows, and it's going to be running people the fuck over. So, yeah, that's what we're looking for. Now we just need to sync up the team running behind it correctly.
Right. Yeah.
Because then it runs, and the team comes out 30 seconds later. It's supposed to be at the same time. But again, that's old school shit. We don't do that in Boulder.
Of course. Man, well, good win for the Buffaloes. BYU this week, Matt. Unbelievable matchup here. It's going to be BYU's ranked 25th here, so this is a ranked matchup.
Oh, shit. 3 straight ranked games then.
Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Colorado defensively works, Colorado offensively. This is going to be a massive week of practice. I really hope they get after this week here and really prep for BYU.